Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna see about how Michael got his surname as Jackson. Also we're gonna see in detail about his ancestors, ancestry and family tree. This video is gonna be quite long, but I'm sure there's a lot of information awaited for you in the video, and by the end of this video you're gonna be completely aware about Michael's ancestors, ancestry and family tree. Hi, I'm Reshmi. I post videos about Michael Jackson. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell icon below so that you don't miss out any of my future videos. Now let's get started. Basically, Jacksons are African American family, but as many such families, they are also mixed. Michael's father, Joseph Jackson, has Native American ancestry as well as some of Caucasian roots. His mom, Catherine Jackson, has Blackfoot, Native American and Chinese ancestry. But it is not yet clear whether their ancestry is verified or documented. Now first let's see in detail about Michael's father, Joseph Jackson's ancestry from his father's side. The name Jackson was received by him from his great-grandfather on the part of his father, that is from his grandfather's father, Julie Gale. Now first, what does great-grandfather mean? Who is great-grandfather? Great-grandfather is simply a name given to our grandfather's father. The same applies to our great-grandmother, name given to our grandmother's mother. So, Joseph Jackson received his surname as Jackson from his great-grandfather, that is from his grandfather's father, Julie Gale. Nobody called him Julie, everyone called him as Jack. He was born in the tribe of Choctaw in the beginning of 19th century at Mississippi. He was an Indian shaman and he was very much appreciated for his abilities in doctoring. Also in his youth, Jack worked as a scout in the USA Army. Then he had fallen in love with a fine girl by name Gina. She was a black slave. Jack and Gina got married and in 1838 they gave birth to their first son, a boy whom they named Israel. Unfortunately, in the past was that if one of the child's parent was a slave, the child was also considered as slave. Indian Jack was a free man, but his wife Gina was unfortunately a slave, and that is why Israel couldn't hope for anything better in his life because he was also considered as slave. When Israel had grown up, people had nicknamed him as Nero, Nero son of Jack, because his father was Jack. They called him Nero son of Jack, and from that it eventually turned into Nero Jackson. He was tall and light-skinned with high cheekbones and small sparkling eyes. He was very proud of himself. When Nero was still a boy, his father Jack started to transfer him his shaman knowledge. But despite the gift of doctoring and despite his need for the tribe, for the affliction of his parents, Nero had been sold to a plantation at Louisiana. And like many other slaves, he had to eat there, and then when he was told by the owners, he had to kneel before a low trough from which he scooped with a spoon. Soon Nero felt he had enough of it and he ran away. Then immediately the owner of the plantation has sent many people to search for Nero all night long, and they have finally caught Nero on the river many miles away from the plantation. They have beaten up Nero so badly he had lost liters of his blood. Some months later, Nero finally recovered, and the owner of the plantation wanted to sell him, but slaves who had previously escaped were impossible to sell under the same high price. So instead of it, owner of Nero decided to force him to work as much as possible. Nero had a very difficult life as a slave. He was tormented on crude cotton fields of the south, held down on hands and legs. Then again, once Nero dared to escape by removing all the fillets and chains he was tied to, but this time the owner himself has headed search groups and he has appointed awards to the one who will catch Nero, because the owner was very scared that people will also follow Nero's example if he didn't catch him. And finally, when he tracked down Nero, he had taken a heated chimney nipper and he squeezed Nero's nose with them until he had fallen out without feelings. The owner had thought that Nero had died, so he left him on the ground and he went away. But Nero was a very strong man as he had gone through all this awful punishment, but the scars of the burn have remained with him until the end of his days. By the time Nero lived in the plantation at Louisiana, he married an Indian Choctaw. She was Emmeline. Well, she was only 3/4 of Indian. Nero's life with Emmeline was some kind of refuge from awful working conditions, and those who enthralled him could only be jealous at the harmony of his marriage life and house life. They did not need much money to be happy because they loved each other. Emmeline was from Louisiana. She had slight yellowish skin color inherited from her mother. When President Abraham Lincoln has released slaves on May 31st, 1865, Nero's situation got better because at least he could earn for his life adequately by selling Indian medicines. With time, he had become famous because he has cured more than 100 people. His ability of succor became widely known and people came from faraway places so he could help them. But no matter what, Nero conducted a very simple life and he has saved so much of money that he and his wife Emmeline could actually get a farm in Sunnyvale, Mississippi. He had paid in cash for the 120 hectare of fertile ground. There, Nero and his wife Emmeline had 15 children. Their huge family was fed from the ground. They planted tomatoes, corns, and many other vegetables. They held chicken, pig, and cows. But Nero frequently wandered in the woods to collect grasses, and from roots and other parts, he made broth, spilled it in bottle, and he gave that to the patients to drink. He also made ointments from different kinds of wood grasses. With all these, he treated former slaves and Indians, and they paid for it to him with whatever they could. Nero also liked singing and he frequently executed all military dances of Choctaw. One Saturday evening, the sheriff and his people has blocked with rope the street on which Nero danced and they tried to arrest him for infringement of public order. But Nero somehow felt danger and he jumped on the horse which elegantly jumped through an obstacle and he escaped. Finally, the sheriff had left him alone. When Nero and Emmeline had grown up and created their own family, Nero invited the children of his younger brother William to the farm. Rufus was one among them. He was Nero's younger brother William's son. When Rufus was 4 years old, Nero's wife Emmeline had died. By the time Nero had become too weak and old, and since he couldn't look after the farm as earlier, he had to buy some things from one white man by name Eroy. He spent small amounts of money, but Eroy very carefully managed the account. Rufus was then still a boy. What Rufus noticed was that Nero had become too weak and it caused him to hand over the land to Eroy for storage of some important documents which he could keep for himself. By the end, Eroy managed adequately owning the documents of the farm, ostensibly as a debt payment which Nero owed him. That shows that Nero and his family had lost all rights on the fertile ground where thousands of peach and palm trees had grown. Finally, Nero passed away on 1924, and among Nero and Emmeline's 15 children, Joseph Jackson's father, Samuel Jackson, was their youngest son. Samuel Jackson was a very well-educated man. He was born in 1883. He was a teacher. It has been said that he was the first African American teacher in the state of Arkansas. He studied for 9 years at Alcorn College, and by the time he was 24 years old, he was a bachelor and he also had a master's degree. That on the boundary of vocation was a rarity for a young man from minority. After the completion of final exam, he moved to Arkansas because he had found out that there was an empty job for teacher. He walked 200 kilometers from Mississippi to Arkansas to participate in the competition and he finally got selected as a teacher. Earlier in the province was that in the initial and high school there was only one teacher taught and that was him. They have named him as Professor Jackson. He especially had two clever schoolgirls from the very beginning to whom he paid attention to. They were called Sisters King. One among them was Crystal. She was a bright student with dazzling smile and loud laughter. When Crystal was 16 years old, Samuel Jackson married her. She was Joseph Jackson's mom. They gave birth to 4 children, out of which Joseph Jackson was their eldest son. So far we had seen Joseph Jackson's ancestry from his father's side, that is from his great-grandfather Jack to his grandfather Nero to his father Samuel, and how he married her student Crystal and how they gave birth to 4 children, out of which Joseph Jackson, Michael's father, was their first son. That is what we have seen so far. Now let's see about Joseph Jackson's ancestry from his mother's side. Joseph Jackson's great-grandmother on the part of his mother, that is his grandmother's mom, was Mattie Daniel. She was born in 1864. Her mom was white and handicapped and her father was a black slave. So basically Mattie Daniel was sold to other family because the planter did not like that her father was black. Anyway, Mattie Daniel could not enjoy the basic freedom of society. When Mattie Daniel had grown up, she married Nero. Don't confuse this Nero with Joseph Jackson's grandfather Nero, because here Nero is Mattie Daniel's husband, Joseph Jackson's great grandmother's husband. So Mattie Daniel married Nero and they gave birth to 17 children, out of which Joseph Jackson's grandmother Gertrude was one of their daughters. When Gertrude had grown up, she married Sam King. Sam King was a black slave. He was the son of King and Neely. They gave birth to 13 children, out of which Joseph Jackson's mom, Crystal, was one of their daughters. And we have already seen how Crystal married her professor, Samuel Jackson, and how they gave birth to 4 children, out of which Joseph Jackson was their eldest son. Joseph Walter Jackson was born on 26 July 1907 in the Fountain Hills of Arkansas. Soon after his parents' marriage, Crystal got separated from Samuel Jackson and she had eventually settled in East Chicago, Gary, Indiana. Joseph Jackson reunited with her in 1949 and it was there where he met young Catherine Esther Cruz, Michael's mom. This is all about Joseph Jackson's ancestry both from his father and his mother's side. Now let's see about Michael's ancestry from his mother, Catherine Jackson's side. There is no much information available about Catherine Jackson's grandparents and great-grandparents. Basically, her grandparents and great-grandparents are cotton farmers. Their ancestors are slaves. One of her great-great-grandfather was Kendall Brown. He was renowned for his singing voice. His voice would rank from about all the others during Sunday services in the little church where he visited nearby Russell County. His voice was so strong that during summer, when they threw open the wooden windows, it rang throughout the little valley where the church nestled in. So singing talent is obviously in their blood. Catherine Jackson's parents were Prince Albert Cruz and Martha Upshaw. They tied knot on Alabama holiday known as Emancipation Day, that is on 28 July 1929. Catherine's father was Prince Albert Cruz. He was born in 1907 at Alabama. He married Martha Upshaw and they had 2 daughters, Hattie and Katie. Katie was Michael's mom. When she was 4 years old, her father changed her name to Catherine Esther Cruz and they moved to Gary, Indiana. Catherine Esther Cruz was born on 4th May 1930 in the small house where they lived in at that time at Barber County, 10 miles away from Rutherford. She married Joseph Jackson on 5th November 1949 and they became parents, grandparents, great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents for many of their children who are mostly devoted to art and music. They had 10 children. We are very familiar with them. They are Rebe, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Latoya, Morlan, Brandon, Michael, Randy and Janet. Now let's see about each one of them. Their first child was Maureen Reilly. We know her as Rebe. She was born on 29th May 1950. She married Nathaniel Brown and has 3 children, Stacy, Yashi and Austin. Stacy's son is London Blue. Their second child was Sigmund Esco. We know him as Jackie. He was born on 4th May 1951. He married twice. His first marriage was with Enid Span and he has 2 children, Siggy and Brandy. Siggy has 3 children, one son, Jared, born with an unknown woman, and other 2 children, Kai Ari and Sky Okiinia, born with Toya Parker. His second marriage was with Emily and he has 2 children, Jalen and River. Their third child was Toriana Darrell. We know him as Tito. He was born on 15th October 1953. He married Dolores Martes and has 3 children, Taj, Taril and TJ. Taj married Tiana and has a daughter, Taylor Aurora. Taril married Brianna and has 2 children, Bryce Connor and Adrian Michael. TJ married Francis Casey and has 4 children, Royalty, Didi, Dallas Jojo and Rio. Jermaine, he was born on 11 December 1954. He received his Muslim name as Muhammad Abdul Aziz. He married thrice. His first marriage was with Hazel Gowdy and he has 3 children, Jermaine Jr., Autumn and Jamie. His second marriage was with Margaret Maldonado and he has 2 children, Jeremy Maldonado and Jordan Michael. His third marriage was with Alexandra Genevieve and he has 2 children, Jafar and Gemma Justy. Their fifth child was Latoya. She was born on 29th May 1956. Their sixth child was Marlon David. We know him as Marlon. He was born on 13th March 1957. He married Carol Ann Parker and has 3 children. Valencia, Brittany, and Marlon Jr. Valencia gave birth to Noah and Sophia. Brittany gave birth to Phoenix, Savannah, Summer, and Scott. Their seventh child was Brandon. He was Marlon's twin brother. He died soon after his birth. Their eighth child is Michael Joseph Jackson. He was born on 29th August 1958. He has 3 children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket. Blanket later changed his name to BG. Their ninth child is Stephen Randall. He was born on 29th October 1961. He married twice. His first marriage was with Eliza and he has a daughter by name Steviana. His second marriage was with Alexandra Genevieve and he has 2 children, Genevieve Catherine and Francesco Randall Randy Jr. Their last child was Janet D'Amato Joe. We know her as Janet. She was born on 16th May 1966. She married Wissam Allman and has a daughter Isa. Michael's father Joseph Jackson also has an alleged daughter by name Giovanni. She was born to Joseph Jackson and Cheryl Terrell. Her daughter was Yasmin. That's all friends, we're gonna end here. This is all about Michael's ancestry both from his father and mother's side. If you want me to talk about anything in particular about Michael, please comment down below. See you all next time with another interesting topic about Michael. Until then, take care, goodbye, thank you.